Hello everyone, could the Wednesday previews finally be back? Racing at Flemington on Saturday, can't wait to get stuck into the card. Last week was an absolute shambles, only winner was Braden Starr, so hoping to bounce back this week and I'm confident on a couple, so we'll get straight on with the tips. Race number 1 is a 2-year-old handicap over the 1200 metres, and Sunsauce is the favourite at $3.80, closely followed by Cadigo at $4 and Stepparti at $4.20. I'm with Stepparti. My final selection for this 2-year-old race will be available on Saturday morning, just because I need more time to think about it, but I've locked in Stepparti right now. Liked its debut win, went to the front, started an odds-on favourite, so the market had an opinion of it, had a good jump out prior. Hopefully he can do the same again on Saturday. I think it deserves to be tested at this level and can win. Cadigo in for second, has the New Zealand form, gets gelded, and Blake Shin on. Draws gate 1. Only query is the straight, but it's got good form. SHORESY, it's fourth up. Other horses are on the up, which is my only concern, but it's racing in consistent form and draws well for a cosy run. And Sunsauce will probably be better over further, but this is a good kick-off point at 1200 metres. From gate 8, it'll get back, and Craig Newitt will have it flying down the outside late. But I'm with Stepparti in the first at Flemington. The 2-year-old race, not too confident, but hopefully it can run a bit of a race. Race number 2 is a benchmark 100 over the 2500 metres, and D'Aguilar on the week back up is the $4 favourite, closely ahead of Swords Drawn at $5 and $7 for both Herman Hesse and Teofilo Star. I'm with Herman Hesse. I like its form. I think it's peaking now, 5th up. Just forget its last run in the Ramsden. It was just a fast speed set by White Marlin. And before that, finished 3rd in the Mornington Cup behind Right You Are and He's a Shocker, which I think is the right form. Up to the 2500 metres. Gets in with a good weight for Bo Mertens. Almost on the minimum. Will get a good run from gate 2. And I think is really hard to beat. D'Aguilar in for a close second. This horse, up to the 2500 metres, is a query, but Paddy Payne, I'm not going to doubt him. Draws gate 7, Dean Yendall. Has to carry a bit more weight than Herman Hesse, but I think is a good horse and can get the job done. The Good Fight has put up some good fights the past couple. Second up, last start was very good. Now is third up. Craig Newitt on, up to the 2500 metres suits. And Swords Drawn. Only query for me is how much weight it's going to carry, but Celine Gaudret gets in with the claim and it's a good hope. 5 to win D'Aguilar, 5 to win Herman Hesse in race 2. Race number 3 is a fillies and mares benchmark 78 over the 1400 metres. Party for One is the favourite at $3.60, ahead of Dazzling Lucy at $7. And on this page, TikTok Lady is at $9. I'm with She's Pretty Rich in this race. Right down the bottom is the first emergency, so needs to get a run. Draws gate 1, which is the only concern. Will need some luck. But last start was very good behind Jenny Jerome, and I think a 3-year-old in this age group deserves to be tested against the older horses, the mares. They usually get in well with the weights, which is what this horse does, and I think it's a good hope. TikTok Lady is in good form, draws well for Geordie Childs in gate 5, and will be running a race on speed. Party for One finally broke through last start. This horse is drawn a tad wide, so we'll need to find a spot, but Blake Shin's on, so I'm not going to doubt him. And Sonora, first up was plain, but I think can improve second up, and at its best, it's good enough. I've got 5 each way on She's Pretty Rich in the third race at Flemington. I like the filly against the older horses here. We'll need some luck from the gate, but we'll hopefully get to midfield, get some luck, and be really hard to beat. Race number 4 is a 3-year-old handicap over the 1100 metres, and Midtown Boss is the favourite at $3.30, ahead of Who Dares at $6, and Legio 10 is at $4.80. I'm with Midtown Boss. I reckon it's the best horse in the race. Draws gate 3 will get a cosy run for Blake Shin. Back to the 1100 metres, I actually quite like for this horse, despite its best form being over further. And yeah, as I said, I think it's the best horse in the race. And Who Dares, who I've got in for second, finished neck and neck with it last start. But Who Dares has been up for a lot longer than what Midtown Boss has. And I think Midtown Boss has got the more improvement in it heading into this start and should be beating it. But Who Dares is a good hope. It's in good form. TAUT You Could has changed stables, which is surprising to Ben Brisbane. Not that it's a bad thing. It finished next to Midtown Boss and Who Dares last start and is probably over the odds considering. And Legio 10, I've got him for 4th. Was a good winner first up at Bendigo, and if it can replicate that, it'll be very hard to beat. But I'm with Midtown Boss in race 4. The class hopefully can shine through and get the victory for Blake Shin. Race number 5 is a 3-year-old handicap over the 2,000 metres. Son of Solly is the favourite for Romero Pin at 440, and First Immortal up the top is at 550. But moving on to the tips, I really have no opinion. This is a very tough race, but I'm with Reservoir Dog. Was pretty good in the South Australian Derby last start, and prior to that was a good winner during the Warrnambool Carnival. The Warrnambool Carnival form has not stacked up yet, but Reservoir Dog draws well, gets in with a lightweight for John McNeil. From gate 5 can settle a little bit closer than normal, and I think will prove hard to beat. My Brother's Keeper, I'm willing to give it another chance. Hopefully can jump the gates, and from gate 6 can be around midfield, close enough, and it should be running well. Son of Solly, I like the claim for Wirramo Pin at 54 kilos. This horse finished a length behind First Immortal, actually finished 3 lengths in front of My Brother's Keeper. Has been up for a lot longer than the top 2 though, so the top 2 might have more improvement than it, and GOTTABESAVVY, it'll put itself in a forward position. The weight, the only query. 6 the win, Reservoir Dog. 4 the win, My Brother's Keeper, in a low confidence race. Race number 6 is a 3-year-old handicap over the 1,400 metres, and Grey River is the favourite at 350 ahead of Brung King at $6, and the rest of the page, they're all double figures. I'm actually quite confident on this one, Brung King. From gate 7, we'll get a very good run for Celine Gaudre. Gets in under the minimum, which I really like. Was a good winner last start at Sandown. And up in this class, even though it's up in class, I reckon it can take it with authority, and I think it's really hard to beat. Private Jumbo has drawn wide, but if it can find a spot outside the leader from that gate, it'll prove really hard to beat as well. It's in good form. The 1,400 shouldn't be a problem, as we saw last start. Nearly beat Euphoric, who came out and just missed at Sandown last week. Grey River's the favourite. Draws towards the inside more than the outside, this horse. Gate 2 will need some luck. Blake Shin, but it's got the right form and can win. And Movada, I reckon it's way over the odds at $61. Brings decent enough form. Was good behind Free Willed last start. If it gets a run, I reckon it's worth a shot each way. But I'm confident with Brung King in this race. I reckon it can win again. Race number 7 is a benchmark 84 over the 2,000 metres. On this page, Alvadun is at 850, but it's all on the other page. Solent Sorrento, the favourite, at 440, and Shire at 480 is the second favourite. I'm with Flash Feeling. I reckon this horse is ready to win. 4th up to the 2,000 metres. Was good late last start over the 1,800 metres behind Daytona Bay and Altivo. Draws gate 3, can set a little bit closer. Matty Cartwright takes the claim, and at $9, I'm happy to have it on top. Claim the crown in for second. Had absolutely no luck last start, first up. So it's probably a little bit underdone heading into this run, but Annabelle Nation brings it down from Sydney. That's a good sign. From gate 11, will settle back and be finishing off. Shire was good late through the line last start. It'll also settle back from the gate for Blake Shin and be running well. And Spanish Kiss, these two finished neck and neck last start, Shire and Spanish Kiss. They both dropped the same amount of weight, so they're basically carrying the same weight as last start. One's $480, one's $19. I don't know how that works. Spanish Kiss is drawn to get the better run and can run well, but I've got 10 to win on Flash Feeling in race 7 at Flemington. Hopefully it can run a bit of a race. Race number 8 is an open handicap over the 1,400 metres, and It's Our Time is the $4.80 favourite, ahead of Jimmy the Bear at $6, and over the page, Morvada is at $10, which is noticeable, but It's Our Time I've got on top. The market seems to respect the straight 6 form line in this race. This horse finished second in this race last year when it should have won the straight 6, and this year it won the straight 6 and comes into this race with a head full of steam. Gate 6 gets a good run for John McNeil. 1,400, I don't see to be any query, is back to best form, and I reckon It's Our Time is the most likely winner of race number 8. Morvada will go forward, give itself every chance. Open-minded, probably tests it with the light weight, which is the only query, but if it gets its own way, it can be in it for a long way. King Magnus keeps rising in weight, which is the only concern, but won a race of this calibre last start, deserves to be tested. And Frankie Pino, if it can settle closer from gate 4, it'll put itself in a winning position, and I don't mind its chances. Don't write it off whatsoever. But It's Our Time, I just think it gets the right run. It's a very good horse, and hopefully it can show that at the 1,400 metres on Saturday. Race number 9 is a benchmark 70 over the 1,100 metres, and Ranveer is the $3.70 favourite, ahead of TREPORTI at $8, and over the page, $9 for both No Drama and Senegalia. I've got Senegalia on top. This horse was only fair last start, but had a wide run behind, who won the race? I think it was Our Heidi at Sandown. 5 starts ago, this horse won at 1100 metres down the straight at Flemington on Rapid Racing Day in a 64. Won a benchmark 70 after that, so it's got the form, drops back in class, gate 3, will settle on speed, might not be in the right part of the track, but I reckon will be in the right part of the race on speed and give itself every chance. I reckon it's slightly over the odds as well and gets in with a good weight. Ranveer, they've probably dodged the heavy tracks, which may sort of bring it undone second up, but draws gate 16 and was good first up, so it's got to be tested again. TREPORTI's off a 9-week let-up. Draws gate 18, Celine Gaudreon will be flying late down the straight and Fly On By, I reckon, can run a bit of a race. But 10 the win on Senegalia to end the day at Flemington. Thank you for watching my preview. See you next week.